Hey everybody,
Hello.
how are you doing? Welcome to Saturday Night Special.
We're back.
with Jenny and Amy.
Been a while.
It's time for some art.
Bam.
Well, bam. Let me just open up the stream in the back end of the YouTube, and then
Also, Matt and Beth are going to be joining us over Crunchy Audio again.
Yep. We'll have Matt and Beth in at some point if they're up for it, obviously.
Yep.
And hopefully at some point this evening, special guest will be Boo the cat.
Yes.
I'll just jiggle her in front of the microphone until she makes an appearance.
Do we sound okay? Do we sound clear?
Yep. If you have any audio issues at all, I mean, not like in your day-to-day life, I mean like with this stream, will you please inform us in the chat?
Yeah,
so
I'm just moving the mic, so if you hear any
thing.
odd noises, that's what that is. I'm just going to move the chair. There we go. The mic is like right in the corner of my left eye, and I'm left-handed, so it's a good time.
So we should just introduce real quick what you're doing, right? Amy's the one drawing, by the way. This voice is the voice of Jenny, the person who will be doing most of the talking this evening, because Amy can't talk and draw at the same time.
I can kind of, but like a lot of the time Jenny will ask me a question I won't even answer because I'm not here.
So Amy is drawing her character, a Terra, who is a Tiefling gunslinger. Is she just a gunslinger or is she a rogue as well?
She's a gunslinger rogue.
Oh,
I multi-classed her.
fancy.
And it makes great for being a sniper.
I'm just going to change the title of the stream because although I did it once, apparently it didn't stick. What should we call this stream, everybody? Tiefling gunslinger.
Once again, I have like half a cat's worth of cat hair in my mouth. It's all over the mic.
February. Nope. How do you spell February?
February.
February. SWPOM with Jenny and Amy. That's us.
Hey.
Exclamation mark, because we're excited.
I'm going to jump straight in. Actually, no, I'm not going to jump in with the ink yet. I'm going to dick about with some extra deets.
Horny sniper boom boom, Matt suggested.
The what?
That's what Matt said? Horny sniper boom boom.
No. That's gross.
Not in this good Christian Minecraft server. So do you want to talk about Terra for a little bit before we ultimately descend into chaos?
If you want. Yeah, I suppose we should apply some context, shouldn't we?
Yeah, let's first say that it's February, and this month's SWPOM, which is Shrieking Wizard Prompt of the Month, is Tiefling. So you can draw a Tiefling, you can paint a Tiefling, you could write some poetry about Tieflings, you could write a short story about Tieflings, you could...
Miracle, once
miracle. Again. Hey, how you doing, girl? Tabby! Whoa, y'all! Oh, how y'all doing?
Lads, you're too kind.
Sure.
We don't deserve this. Wow.
You just welcome once again. I Matthew's not currently here. I will open the doors to the executive producer lounge.
Literally 5 seconds into the stream, you guys never let us down.
Has been refurbished for
Oh my god!
just
Another
for you.
one.
Whoa, Ian!
What is going on?
Hello, sir. Welcome. So, it's the executive producer lounge has been refurbished to match the aesthetic of today. That is me and Amy, which means that what kind of snacks do we have in our executive producer lounge?
All of my favourites, and you're
Like
not gonna have any because I don't like sharing my food. So
pretzels,
sorry.
okay. There's both the soft kind and the crunchy kind, and marshmallows from the freezer, which is the place that you should store your marshmallows.
Interesting.
Diet Coke, regular Coke.
I've actually become quite accustomed to Coke Zero.
Oh, is there a difference?
It tastes more like... It tastes like Pepsi, so I might as well just get Pepsi.
I see.
But it tastes like Pepsi Max.
I
That's what
see.
Coke Zero tastes like. Very similar.
Weird.
So it's like, doesn't taste like spiky water that I think Diet Coke tastes like. It tastes like Pepsi Max.
There's pizza with pineapple on it, and I've just got a pasta machine for Christmas. So there's good handmade puff pastry.
Jenny's really good at cooking, y'all.
And there's menem, which is a Turkish dish with fresh bread that I have made myself. Because I'm just amazing like that. It's got the same sort of aesthetic as my Red Dead character does. So the palettes are probably reds and greys, maybe a bit of black. I bought a new horse last night.
Oh, you did?
By the way,
What did
I
you
didn't
name
buy
him?
it. Cardiff, because the last one was called Bristol. I just hop on and jump over the water to Cardiff.
Amazing.
Anyway, freezer marshmallows. That's the place you should put your marshmallows.
It's not really a snack, it's more like a beverage. My favourite beverage at the moment, I'm absolutely obsessed with, is caramel macchiato. The Starbucks ones, you know, the little like cold brew
The
that you
little
get.
takeaway things.
I cannot stop drinking it, as you probably have noticed.
Yeah.
Cannot stop. It's so good. And like, that's my favourite beverage at the moment. And snacks, Cadbury have come back out with the like, they're like in an egg carton, the chocolate eggs in an egg carton, and they're filled with mousse. And my favourite is the Oreo mousse. It's so good, y'all.
Yeah, it's cream egg season, y'all. So welcome to we've basically swapped. There's 2 seasons for sweet treats. There's the cream egg season, which runs January to June, and then there's mince pie season, which runs July to December. Anyway, welcome to the Executive Producer Lounge. Thank you very much to Ian, Miracle, and to Tabby.
Yeah. Tell me what snacks you like. I'll go get some.
Yep. Let us know what literally anything we can do for you.
We have a cat you can sit and pet, although she's not accustomed to affection, but she'll sit there and scream at you and then lick her butt.
Earlier, me and Ollie were independently, we're sitting on the sofa, independently doing things. Like Ollie's playing some Hitman 3. I'm doing something else.
Usual Saturday.
Yeah. And I'm just about to put my headphones on, listen to the second half of the most recent episode of My Favorite Murder, and Boo, who's on the windowsill behind us, just screams. She's like, ah! And both of us turn around like, oh my god, what's wrong? And she is not just sitting there.
Oh wow, another one.
She looks at her to be like, oh my god, Liam.
You cheeky little bum, thank you.
I have an update for you, Liam, about something in a minute. And then the cat looks at me and Ollie like, what? And then she turns around and sits with her back to us, like as if she hadn't summoned us. She's so rude.
She's 100% my cat, though, isn't she?
Yeah, no, 100%.
She's such a weirdo.
You know, like how there's often, like in 101 Dalmatians, there's that sequence at the beginning of the film where all the dogs look like their owners. And it's like a joke about how pets are like their owners.
Yeah.
I'm not even fucking kidding. Boo could not be any more like you if she tried. Anyway, Liam, Royal Mail emailed me back today to say Thank you for your email.
Is that it?
I think it is, to be honest. It was like, things are really hard right now. Coronavirus is really impacting the mail service.
Yeah,
and I'm
they're
like,
really
yeah, no, I
struggling,
get
aren't
it, 100%, I understand. But is this email just saying that you've acknowledged my complaint, or is it just, are you going to follow up anymore? Because, so Liam, if you're ever allowed back out into town, because, lockdown, if you're ever allowed back out into the post office, it might actually be worth just talking to somebody in Cardiff post office and saying, hello, please, sir, my post appears not to have left your building. But
No.
Anyway, welcome to the executive producer line, Liam. You get the great honour of hanging out with...
You said executive producer Lime.
Miracle, Tabby and Ian, they just watch as a big old lime just rolls into into the room. The doors bust open. Butler Matt passes you a tray of exquisite dark chocolates.
Matt's in a really weird outfit that we had no choice
He's
over.
like a Playboy bunny.
Yeah, and we're like, Matt, that wasn't necessary, and he's like, it absolutely was.
And the boobs are cut out of the corset. That's 100% what Matt would be wearing.
Yeah, and he's used duct tape as nipple pasties.
No, there's no pasties.
Oh, is there not?
No, it's just he full on nips.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway, he has a tailcoat. Anyway. Amy's drawing a Terra.
You said, let's talk about your character before we descend into chaos.
Yeah, and then immediately... Well, it's not my fault. It was Miracle, Tabby, and Ian's fault.
And Liam.
And I suppose Liam as well.
But yeah, Athera, my gunslinger rogue.
Yes.
She's a sniper. I played her for a little bit, but she's incredibly antisocial and isn't really a team player.
Yeah, she's not very much a party character.
No.
Also, you had the unfortunate of the misfortune, rather, of playing her at a time where that we were in lots of buildings that had tight corridors.
Yeah.
And everybody would be like, hey, Athera, shoot the thing. And then they'd all stand immediately in your line of fire.
Yeah, and... I think the shortest range, because we're using the bad news stats from Critical Role.
Because Gunslinger is...
it's homebrew, isn't it?
It's Mercer's.
Right.
It's a product of the mighty Matthew Mercer.
Kimberly.
Whoa, Kimberly! If that's Matt's outfit, I have walked into the lounge with my eyes covered. Yes, there are complimentary shades at the door.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. It's very generous of you.
Man, crazy.
Wild.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the gun is minimum range is something ridiculous. It's like
250 feet or something.
It's the minimum range. So I always had to roll at disadvantage. And
I mean, I can't remember. I distinctly remember there being this period where you pull out a gun, break it, pull out a gun, break it.
Well, I only have one gun,
break it. Don't you have the smaller?
No, because you only let me have bad news, which is fair enough because it's 2d12 damage. But there is a misfire roll. So if you hit a certain number on the dice, you misfire, or you have a risk of breaking the gun. And you only get so many before you break the gun completely, and then you get a chance to fix it. But if you fail that, then the gun's useless. I did that about 3 times because always rolling at disadvantage, all that shit as well. And I stole a crossbow. I broke someone's crossbow. I stole another one, broke it. Just the worst.
Just having a really bad illness. Oh my god! What the hell? Y'all, good evening. Just caught the stream. I hear there is chaos about Valentine and full nips. Yeah. I feel like Matt's executive lounge costume is actually dependent upon the person who's seeing him. So, you can choose what he is wearing. A bit choose your own, character creation, Monster Factory-esque, where he could be wearing a French maid costume. He could have his nips out. He could be... dressed appropriately, but I mean,
God,
what would it be if Matt wasn't just rubbing his butt on everything?
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you very much, everybody. That's very generous of you. Woo!
That's angry.
That's me getting a notification very close to the microphone. I'm very
I want
sorry.
to put it on my scarf so it's not so like.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry, lads.
Beth is in the Discord channel. If you'd like to add them in now.
Yeah, man.
Though I feel like we should get in a couple more minutes of describing Matt's horrendous outfits before we invite him to comment upon them.
Yeah, we can't let him defend himself yet.
No, exactly. I mean, because Rook is ostensibly a man with very fine calves in a bathrobe.
Oh my god! So in our last game, I'm not going to say too much about what happened, but there was like a scenario where Hashaan and Rook were talking, and I've gotten to this place with Hashaan at the moment where she's very short. She's not very good at negotiating in any way, shape, or form, or having a really decent conversation without getting angry. And it was just so funny because she was talking, I can't remember who she was talking to. She was talking to one of Jenny's NPCs. And, like, she was getting very short. She wasn't, like, saying very good sentences. And there's Rook in the background with -3 charisma. Mind you, Hashaan has +5 charisma. She's saying all the shit words and doing really badly. And then Rook's in the background just, like, rewording everything, making it sound proper.
Mira! What the hell, guys? What's going on? Kimberly said in the chat a minute ago, Matt, appropriate sounds fake. And I agree. There is no faker thing. Mira, I don't think any of Matt's outfits could be considered appropriate, but I appreciate the fantastic service.
But yeah, basically the -3 wizard was doing better than the +5 paladin. So anyway.
Yeah, let's jump in. Let's invite into, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the arena
the crunchy audio from our Discord server. It's Matt and Beth.
It's Matt and Beth.
Oh god. Oh, 1 minute. Damn. It's right in my ears. Why is it burns?
Hello, Matt and Beth. You are live on air.
Screaming. Oh god.
Yeah, of course I am.
I can't even hear you. 1 minute, my headphones have gone all wrong.
Oh no.
Let us know, guys, in the chat how crunchy it sounds.
Can you even hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. That's no problem.
Yeah, but can they hear you?
Are you
They'll
guys?
probably
What?
probably hear me through this.
Matt and Beth are very quiet.
Like,
I can't really do anything about that, I'm afraid. I mean, who's?
I can't hear them though. My headphones are being dumb.
Okay. Well, this is going great.
But they shouldn't. They're only being done on Discord.
Oh, so quiet. Very crunch.
Oh, there you are. I can hear you now.
That is
Hello.
terrible audio. Super crunch, rocks and gravel in a cement blender.
They're very far. They're a little far from the mic. Honestly, if I put them any closer to the mic, they would be in it.
Hello.
Hello.
When we do it, you have to like make the thing is touching the mic basically. And then you just turn the volume up a bunch.
Yep. I mean, you're on max on everything, and you are touching. You're now touching the microphone. So.
I'm going. While you do that, I'm gonna go get a drink. Sorry, guys, I should have done this before the stream started,
Yeah.
but didn't realise what the time was.
Oh, are they coming?
We're now close to the mic. I was just having issues, so I wasn't that close to the mic. But we are now a reasonable distance.
No, I'm good. I've got one. Thank you very much.
I can't tell what I'm fighting through.
I actually think they sound great.
Well, my microphone might
Hey, Ollie Moore.
I turned on the stream, and then I listened to them, and I could hear them.
Better now.
But
Wow.
maybe my ears are broken. Oh no, she's coming back.
What are you doing? Get away! That's my spot. Get out!
Can somebody with a device free? Can you please take a picture of this?
Oh, are you talking to either of us?
Yeah.
Don't get me in it.
Well, Tabby, you are not obligated to make another donation at all, but thank you very much. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
What's going on today? Everyone is so nice.
Hello.
Generous.
What's in the air?
It's so generous.
Wow.
That's so much money.
You know
You
that?
guys are too nice to us.
Yeah, we 100% don't deserve any of this money.
Yeah. Have you been watching the quality of
Are you
this
gonna
so
tweet
far?
that, please? Tweet that.
Add it to the wizard story.
Or send it to me. Thanks.
Don't have access to any of these things.
Send
Oh,
it to
send
me
it
on
to
Messenger.
20 minutes at least.
Okay. Wow.
I can't draw apparently.
Well, that's bad for us.
Yeah. Career over.
Okay, I'm gonna lock my screen so we might have Matt and Beth for a little longer. Anyway.
By input a little bit, so that might help. I don't know if it has.
Oh no.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see the fucking
I think
chat.
I'm gonna be like, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't hear you as well.
Oh no, Matt, that is a thing. Matt, that is a thing. Like, if I don't have my glasses on, I can't concentrate. I'd have no idea what anyone's saying to me.
It's like when you're trying to concentrate while driving and you have to turn the music down so
Literally.
you can see where you're going.
All the time.
Except when you're in the car with Amy, because you have to turn Amy down instead of the radio, because she's screaming.
That's a bit rude, Matt.
You want to talk. You're a screamer as well.
Yeah, but I don't scream out of, like, necessity.
Matt screams for the drama.
I'm just gonna crop this photo so it hides how much garbage there is on our table.
Oh my god, our table was a mess.
It's fine. It's what happens. It's just how life is these days. I can't crop out the garbage effectively.
Jazz,
Hang on a minute.
Athera's food is, I have no idea. I haven't played her long enough to figure that out.
Athera's what is? You have no
Favourite
idea?
food.
Oh, I see.
I feel like it would be roadkill.
No! Probably coffee.
Yeah, I was
Coffee
gonna
and
say,
cigarettes.
Probably coffee.
It's
Well, yeah, coffee and
it's coffee and cigarettes. That's her favourite meal. That is her diet
coffee,
entirety.
and then coffee grounds to eat.
She'd probably choose tobacco when she, like,
Let's go to Twitter.
when she's like making ammunition with gunpowder. She's got like a cigarette in her mouth.
Fucking hell. Oh, hey everybody. If you haven't seen it already, Player and DM made a return this month. So if you're interested to hear what me and Jazz have to say about Mina, then you should definitely go watch that. It's on our channel right now.
I watched that this morning. It's very good.
Coming soon as well.
Yes. I have to draw a dragonborn. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, they are kind of wobbly.
Yeah.
Okay, hashtag professional, add image.
All the extra bits, like wobbly bits.
Guys, I promise I did look into trying to get the guys in, like, getting their audio in properly, but it's just a lot of effort and I can't be bothered. I'll sort it out eventually.
Don't say that.
Not being bothered.
Yeah.
Thing is, we've all tried and it's actually really confusing, like far more confusing than it needs to be. and we
You
can't
need
work out
plugins
why.
and, like, if I had a PC, like, if it was PC and not Mac, it'd be different, but because I'm on Mac, it's a whole different thing.
I'd like to direct all of your attention, well, your eyes, to our Twitter, which has an image on it now of
An image.
Oh.
A singular image.
a singular image. It's
I have
just
my-
one image.
Someone just put in the chat, I have my character reincarnated, so I don't have to draw Dragonborn anymore. That's a mood.
Anyway, if you'd like to see our very professional setup, you can find an image of that over on our Twitter, which is at SWPOM.
That's very similar to how we do it.
Yeah.
Yep, you just jam the mic. It's just as close as you can.
Yep. Mhm.
Thing.
You can also see my freshly shaved head, courtesy of Oliver Moore.
Courtesy.
Courtesy.
Is it courtesy or courtesy?
It's courtesy. I speak line English very well.
Design English.
Oh, it's so hard not to get my undercut done. Oh man, I'm so hairy. I need help.
I'm so
I really am.
Ooh.
I want to grow mine out, but just like the hell that is growing out an undercut. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, it's like
That's also kind of doing that.
growing out any haircut is like there's always an ugly stage, isn't there?
Well, like Matt cut all of his hair short so it was even and then grew together, right? Mine, the top is so long now.
Well, yeah, yours is like extremely long, but he still had like long floppy bit on top, and the bottom bit is just getting to the point where he's sort of got a bit of a tail, you know?
Oh,
tail.
And then like on the bottom of your hair where it was shorter, it's getting a bit, you know.
Got a tail.
Yeah, sure.
Shall I plait it and become a Jedi Padawan?
No, you should not do that. I did put a plait in your hair the other day and it stayed there for 2 days.
Wow.
You didn't even notice it.
Why?
Well, yeah. I fell asleep with it in and I woke up the next day. There was not even a hairband on the end of it, was there?
I'm reminded
Stayed there.
of Matthew either as Philly and or Killy or maybe even Thorin doing tiny little braids in his hair and then just being like, fuck it, and then ripping them out and forever regretting that decision.
I didn't rip them both out. There was a reason, okay? So I bought these beads to go in my hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
I lost one of them.
What, in your hair?
So I got some wire that I brought with me and I wrapped it around the plait.
Oh my God,
Okay.
Matthew.
That's why I had to rip it out, because I couldn't take the wire off.
Well, you could have used scissors.
Cut the bomb bit off.
Could have used scissors.
I really wanted a shower.
God.
Man, back in the
If you've
day.
never been to a convention, that's how it feels.
And that's how I look like Wolverine for the next 2 years.
We're never quite the same again.
I remember noticing them properly for the first time. I was like, why does your beard go all the way up into your hairline? And you were like, wait. You were like, hang on.
Yeah. And I realised it's really
Because I'm a dwarf.
Duh.
Some of it, but not all of it. It's a bit better now. The longer it gets, the less weird it is.
Are you liking this discussion, chat? We can change the
Because I
subject.
am Matthew, son of Thrain.
I rip out my hair. I don't brush or wash it or cut it with scissors. I use my bare hands.
The same year that you met Jenny Bot first.
Everyone has heard
I
this
don't think so.
story.
No, that was the Pirates of the Caribbean year.
Yeah, that was the Pirates year. Man. I the butt year was so consuming. I don't even remember what I was wearing at the time, which is pretty impressive considering it's kind of why you go to these places. It's to wear stuff. Man.
I've never been in costume.
Have you not?
Well, I've only been twice, so.
I've cosplayed once, and that was a Dark Brotherhood. What's it called? Alchemist. That one.
Cool.
My man made it.
Man, when we're allowed to go outside again and the world really exists, I really want to do con and I want to like properly like do, you know, Gwing.
Yeah. I want to cosplay Gimgar, although I will be a 6-foot dwarf, but it's fine. We'll just say she's human.
It's fine because Jazz could be like a 5-foot.
Mina. Yeah.
Jazz has been a 5-foot Mina before.
Yeah, she has. That's true. We'll just redistribute the height. It's fine.
It's fine.
Gimgar can have some of Mina's.
Oh no, I could do the enlarge reduce. I'll just say she's enlarged.
Yeah. Man. Okay. Apparently, MCM is going to be returning to the London Expo in October this year.
That's a lie.
Which
Don't
feels
go.
very ambitious. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't know how you could do
Just
that.
don't.
Are they
Just
going to
don't.
limit the numbers, right? Because it's a real mess in there.
Just,
Yeah.
like, look, lads, we know conventions can be fun, but be responsible and don't go this year. Because it's being used as an emergency hospital at the moment. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Be smart.
Kimberly says, I love cons and I love cosplays, but chronic procrastination makes it really stressful in the weeks leading up to a convention, which is the truth. I don't know a single, well, that's not true, but I think the majority of us all leave it way too close to the deadline to
Wait,
do the
what's that?
costume making.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I once, Ollie can attest to this, but one year, my friend who was being Galadriel, I think, or some other Kate Blanchett-esque character,
Right.
was busy on Facebook telling us all about how she was already packed and she was ready to go, and oh my god, she can't wait, it's gonna be so good. And I was sitting on the floor of our attic, angrily hot gluing pleather to fabric. We're like, fuck off, Galadriel. Don't give a shit.
Oh man, like like Matt described cons perfectly the last time he went. He's like, it's like having a baby, right? Like you have the baby and it's a terrible time while you're giving birth, but afterwards you're like completely forget all the pain and you do it again.
Yeah, no, when you were like, you afterwards you're like, you want another one. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't quite. I thought it was. Did I say this?
Yeah, you did.
On the 2 times we've been there, right, the one where we went as a group, I now remember it very fondly. It was a great day, but I also remember at some point in the middle, I thought I might pass out.
Yeah. We'd like the first sort of hour is fun. It's really good. You get to look at everything. You think, yeah, this is great fun. You get to see all the cosplays. You get to look at all the stalls, and then you do the fucking lap about the 3rd time. You're like, okay, I'm done.
My feet hurt and I keep being touched by strangers.
Yes.
And there's like 3 Deadpools here that keep yelling at me, and I'm not having it. And it's always a dude in a Deadpool cosplay.
Has anyone done like a full weekend pass there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have once.
Yeah, I have. Actually, up until, from 2010, I think, until, oh, Jesus, like 2012, maybe a little bit later than that, 2014. We went weekends every single event, every single London anyway, because it's 2 times a year. I was in that community for like a solid chunk of my my later teenage life.
See, me, Jazz,
early 20s.
and Sarah, who plays Ava, we went for a weekend, and it was good. Like, I enjoyed it. I met Tom Scar. That was the weekend I cosplayed. No, that wasn't the weekend I cosplayed. I didn't cosplay that weekend. But met a bunch of people. It was a lot of fun. Although there was one evening where we just stayed in the hotel and watched a documentary about sloths. That was really good. Also, our first night, the fire alarm went off because, of course it did. And
were you staying in one of those hotels that was pretty close?
we were staying in the travel lodge, like literally just across the river.
Right.
And
Yeah, so it was just full of cosplayers fucking about.
yeah, and like it must have been like 3 a.m. We were exhausted, and me and Sarah didn't wake up, but Jazz did. Jazz was panicking, and me and Sarah were like unconscious until we got to the lobby, and then we were like wrapped in our duvets, and we were like, wait, why are we here? I didn't have my glasses on. I had no idea what was
When
happening.
it happened, because it would be like 1 a.m. and you'll hear like a bam, bam, and you'll be like,
Yeah.
And it's like pitch black in the room. You can see the
Just
glow of
fallen
London
asleep.
from
Yeah.
the window. You're like, did the world end?
And also, like, back in the day,
Bit of the makeup on.
like back in the day, they weren't so they were really lax about the whole like how many people you can fit in a room thing. So like these days they'll at con times they'll be staff in corridors making sure that there's like that doors are closed and there's only a certain number of people in a room. But like back in like 2010, for example, it would be like 16 people would split a room, and then they just wedged the door open for the whole weekend, and you just come and go and do whatever,
Invite the whole corridor in.
Yeah, basically. And so when the fire alarm goes off at like 1 a.m. in the fucking Novotel, there's actually like 600 more people in the building than there should be, and they all just swarm out of the building like rats fleeing a sinking ship, like in various degrees of costume. Like there's always one dude who's like, he brought Naruto off of eBay like maybe 2 weeks before the thing, and it's like polyester, and he's wearing it over his jeans, and he's been wearing his jeans and his Naruto costume for like 3 days.
He didn't bring any extra clothes.
Yeah, he's sleeping in it, and he's only had ramen for food.
Oh my god, we literally, because we decided to book the hotel room but not book like food or anything, and we were really poor because we were university students, and we had no money for food, and the Tesco Express just outside the con was like always empty because everyone went there.
I don't know about you, but I'm not a university student and I'm still poor, so
I think more so, actually.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing as well about like the fire alarms going off is no matter what time you all like rush downstairs, is there's always like 3 or 5 pizza delivery guys with stacks of pizzas.
Yeah.
People, like, it's just, okay. names and just give you like 3 pizzas. Like, yeah, cool.
Nice. Bye.
I kind of see when you talk about like stuff like this. I kind of wish I did all of that. Like I didn't really do.
I just remember feeling dirty a lot.
interesting until I was a teenie.
Yeah, lots of great
Physically dirty. Like,
Man, what a wild time the fucking 2000s were.
God.
Whew. Anyway, I met a guy once. Okay, we were sat outside on the Novotel on the benches, just opposite the convention center. You know, you're down the steps, and then there's like that square of grass.
Yeah,
right. So sitting on the benches underneath the Novotel next to grass, and it was like midnight or something. It was pitch black. We were on our civvies, and there was somehow cider around
Because of course.
And we were having a drink.
That's not laced with drugs at all.
And then there's this, I mean, I knew all these people. It's not like I was, with strangers, though they are now strangers. And there's this dude who walks up to us, dressed as, I think the Raikage from Naruto. He's in one of the big long robes, and there's like white and purple. Anyway, the blind guy, I think. Anyway, it might not have been Naruto, it might have been Bleach. This is how long ago it was. Those were the peak of it. And he walks his way down the line, and he like handshakes every single one of us and introduces himself, and he's like, "Hey, what's up? My name's Elvis. My mama named me Elvis because she thought Elvis was cool." And he goes to the next person who sat, like literally shoulder to shoulder with me. "Hey, what's up? My name's Elvis. My mama named me Elvis because she thought Elvis was cool." And we're like, "Hey, what's up, Elvis? How you doing?" He's like, yeah, how's it going? Everybody keep it safe, have a chill night, don't do drugs. And then he just like fades into the darkness as if he was never there. Like 5 minutes later, I'm like,
I just remembered something that happened when...
You'll never see them again. You'll never see them again. And that is a superpower. And the 3 nights of con, you are no one and everyone.
Yeah.
Thing as well, though. Like, as much as it's a con thing, I'm pretty sure that Elvis just exists in London.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Announcing himself to anyone.
I just remembered something about when we went to con the last time as a group. We went on the Sunday, didn't we? We went on the last day.
What, when we went as wizards?
Yeah. And we all turned up and we walked into, I think it's Artist Alley or whatever it's called. And we were like standing in like this junction where there was enough space for us to stand. There's just a guy sitting on the floor with his head in his hands, and he just looked so defeated, and we were like, well, it's definitely Sunday of con. Poor guy. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, it's like, I guess it's like Woodstock or something, right? Like there's these really big conventions, like they're like gathering places for all kinds. Man, I don't know if I want to go back. I'm not sure how I feel about crowds anymore.
I
want to go to do a table.
Yeah.
100% want to do that.
With the barrier between me and the general public.
Yes. Somewhere to sit for a few hours. I'm all right if I'm sitting. I'd like to do that. Get a couple hotel rooms, hang out with you guys for the weekend in a hotel. Seems like it would be fun.
Liam says that we should go to Cardiff Con, which sounds nice.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Also means we get to go to Cardiff.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We should have a chair behind our stall.
I was gonna say it was really weird because we did go to con like a billion years ago as wizards. I don't know when that was. Was it like May?
I think it was the May con. Might have been the October con. Can't remember.
I mean, it wasn't 2020, right? It was October 2019, I think.
Yeah.
Was it? I thought it was May.
No, because May 2020 was already in.
No, not May 2019.
No, because it was cold.
Yeah, I remember it being really cold. Oh my god, getting the fucking tube home on the way from con, like on the Sunday, hellhole, absolute hellhole. Go home on the Monday.
Would you ever go to a US con? Probably not anytime soon.
Nope.
I
Maybe
mean,
once just to experience it.
For sure. I think everybody wants to. But cons are expensive anyway. But in order to go to a US con, we've also got to buy plane tickets. We got no money. Got to pay the rent.
Maybe if we're at a point where we get invited to panels.
Yeah. I mean, if we're interesting enough, I endeavour to be interesting enough to be invited somewhere. That'd be cool.
I think if I ever got invited to go on a panel, I might wee myself. That's a lot of people to stand in front of and maintain a
to go on a panel, or like have to public speak because you were excited?
A bit of... I'll be like, am I interesting enough to hold this conversation in front of these people? Do they know who I am?
Man.
Well, that kind of reminds me of the thing you were telling me the other day about the Game Grumps. And
oh yeah, when Danny's dad found out like how
he saw a video of them all at a panel, and the camera pans around at the audience.
So Danny is not his actual name. Danny Sexbanger, and Daniel Avidan is his new name.
Game Grumps.
Game Grumps.
Yeah.
His dad, who he talks about a lot, and he gives like an impression of him every time he talks about him. His dad didn't quite understand like how famous he was, or like I think sometimes he would ask him like, "Oh, Dan, have you got a job yet?" And Dan was like, every time he'd be like, "No, I mean, yeah, I do." Like, and he would go on, and like his dad wouldn't really understand. And then one time he showed his dad a video of him on a panel, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and then the camera pans around to look at the crowd, which is ginormous, and his dad's like, "Daddy,
Danny's made it."
you're famous.
Oh, and there's like the 1 million hits video as well, where he's like playing a voice message from his dad about them. I think they're playing like Luigi's Mansion, and he was like, "Well done on the 1 million hits." So sweet.
Yeah,
it is so sweet.
It's so cute.
That's so
Oh my
good.
god, his dad is so sweet.
Yeah, because English is his dad's second language, so like he's just such a sweetheart. What? No.
I feel like it's quite easy though to not like have an understanding of well, first of all, earning money on the internet is like not a thing that was even like 15 years ago. Like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah.
Right. And then on top of that, like I'm fairly sure that I don't even know what I last told my grandmother that I do. Like I don't know if she knows what we're doing. She's like, "How's work going?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're keeping busy." And then that's kind of it. We talk about other things. Like I don't know how to explain.
I have to describe it in the like we're animating a thing, right? So they understand like cartoons, right? And like it's like a cartoon.
Yeah,
The story.
that's true.
That's kind of it.
Liam.
Please don't watch anything else we make. Please don't watch it. Talk about these and just film the cat. Don't watch that, please. You don't need to know what I do.
Speaking of the cat, she's snoring at the moment presently.
God.
So I won't disturb her just yet. But I'm fairly sure if anybody gets up to go get a drink or anything, she'll be like, "Food
For me?
for
We'll
me."
get some meows out of her.
Yeah, I'll grab her. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Good. Book it in.
We'll book it in.
Man, talking about con, like, it's not necessarily making me excited to go to con, but it's making me excited to hang out with you guys again. Like, oh my god, it's been too long. I need to hang out with my friends.
Video that just went up on Patreon, which is about, I recommend if you have Patreon, you should go watch it. If you don't have our Patreon, then you should get our Patreon so you can watch it.
It'll come out on YouTube eventually.
It'll come out on YouTube eventually. It's about the map of Arcaden, and it's just a little look at my notes on a continent in the world called Viridia. And I mention, some bits are based on stuff that's real, that's in real life. And then I slap in some pictures of us hanging out in one of the places that inspired a place on the map. And it made me feel like...
Which one was that?
I was gonna die.
What picture was that?
The pictures of us at the castle.
Oh, that was such a good weekend.
Yeah, where like it didn't rain, but we were all wet all of the time.
Yeah.
Because it was just like really misty. Yeah, gross.
And Matt and Phil managed to find their way there without a sat nav. Don't know how they did that.
I mean, Matt and Phil, like, I mean, they could have just driven off the planet into space,
Oh my God,
frankly,
yeah.
with their directional skills.
Ugh.
I can't believe you made it. I honestly cannot believe
Yeah,
you got
we
there.
were like 3-4 turns away from getting to your house, and
And you weren't that far away.
I know,
then.
no, God, it wasn't.
You
It
were
was
what?
way before that my phone died and we were completely off, and I was like, okay, I've memorised the map still, so if this doesn't work out, we're screwed.
Well, because your phone died on, was it the M5? Which one is the main one that goes
Yes,
towards?
and we were like, it was weird because like this stretch of motorway was like completely grown over with forest. It was really weird, really
Ooh,
weird.
interesting.
Didn't know where the fuck I was, but somehow I showed up at Jenny's house.
I remember because I
I'm
was.
pretty sure God steered me that day.
And I was texting you and you weren't replying. So I texted everyone else. I was like, oh, hey, I know Matt's driving. He's not replying. Is he turned up? And you're all like, no. He's not replying to anyone. He might be dead. We were all like, no.
I don't know how I did it. I don't know. I think I memorised the name of the place itself, like the town.
Yeah.
And I followed all the signs to the town, and then I was like, okay, I remember like a specific shape of roads on the map, and I can envisage like the road that Jenny's nan's house is on.
Why
And
can't you?
I don't know how I did it.
Why
I just
can't
found
you
the road.
pull this kind of directioning out just generally? It's not a normal average day.
If that had been me, if my phone had died,
Directional skills.
if my phone had died and I only had one other person in the car with me who didn't have a phone with data, I think I would have just pulled over on the road and stayed there for the rest of my life.
It is interesting, like, how, yeah, do you ever think, well, I mean, maybe not, this might just be a me thing, do you ever just, like, look at stuff, like, historically speaking and think, wow, stuff really does not move very quickly, but actually 15 years is pretty quick when we talk about like how we've gone from being able to navigate with a map to like if you don't have a digital device in your car that's telling you where you're going, then you just have to rely on force of will and the mighty God to get you to your destination.
Yeah.
Have you seen like the first iterations of like GPS?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like literally like a roll of paper with directions on it.
Yeah.
So like it would count like the distance. It was like hooked up to the car.
Yeah.
And so it would scroll at the speed that you were driving, and it would give you like the map. And
Oh my God.
Really
Yeah, so it's
weird.
like a scrolling map, and if you
Yeah.
had to basically load up the map for every, like, you can only have one journey going at a time, right? Because it's like scrolling in the direction of the journey that you're taking. Yeah.
Man, my dad was one of those people.
Where we hit like the beginning point of the journey, like
Yeah, and they were often
the
like
M25 and then
wildly like out of sync with the car.
yeah, it wouldn't always be accurate.
Yes.
You'd get there and be like, oh, I'm here.
My dad was one of those people that, like, if he knew what roughly whereabouts the place was in the country, he'd get there. I don't know how.
Yeah.
He was just one of those people who could do that. I don't understand.
Man, we used to get lost trying to get to your house, Amy, like with a sat nav. You know?
Yeah, I think anyone did though,
Yeah.
because like
Because
the
it's like the postcode was like not even remotely close to it.
Yeah,
It was on
because-
the other side of a field, so you just had to guess.
the postcode took you to someone else's house, even though it was my postcode. Took you to someone else's house. So
Babies, you're winning today.
Yeah,
Go you.
so you know.
Well, we've had some issues with our PO box recently and stuff being received and blah blah blah. And I was talking to the woman in the delivery office, which is where the PO box is, and she said, "Okay, what's the number?" And I gave 5196, and what's the postcode? And I'm like, BN119BJ. Like, is that not just this building? Is that not just how this works? Is the postcode for the PO box not just where it is located? Apparently not. Apparently the delivery office has multiple postcodes.
Oh.
That's so confusing.
Yes.
That's postcode for the PO box?
Well, they did. The postcode for the PO box is the postcode for the PO box, but it's not the postcode for the building. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. Things are bad at Royal Mail at the moment. Please be kind to your postal workers.
Yes.
Anyway, it's 10 to 8 on Saturday the 13th of February. I hope you are all well and doing good. I was going to say swole for some reason. I hope you're all very swole at the moment.
You've been playing too much Animal Crossing, you have.
I haven't actually. I forked out 50,000 bells so I could move a villager's house, so that I could do something, and then literally the next day I laid down on the floor with my Switch in my hand like I can't do this anymore. Couldn't even turn it on.
Sounds about right.
It's such a commitment because, like, once you put something somewhere, you're like, this has to be it.
Yeah, it has to cost a lot of time and effort to move it again. Yeah. And occasionally I think, I should just turn the game on and look at what Timmy and Tommy have in their shop. But again, I'm like, it's gonna be the same shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the same shit again.
I think that each town gets like a sort of blueprinted, like, because you always end up with the same sort of stuff. But
Yeah, all the time.
He's got different stuff, but he's like, oh yeah, it's the same stuff I always have. And I'm like, well, it's not the same stuff I get. So I think you get like.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to go visit each other more regularly, right?
Yeah,
Probably. Hey, does anybody have any Valentine's plans? 'Cause
I've
that's
never
tomorrow.
had Valentine's plans, and I probably never will have Valentine's plans. Maybe
Jazz
I'll hang out with
says,
Boo.
Phil and I are going to eat a lot of cakes tomorrow. And that sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, that does sound good.
that sounds pretty good.
That does sound pretty good.
We have absolutely nothing planned other than maybe eating some slightly nicer food than we would have done otherwise.
Yeah. Me and Ollie might make some cake.
No. We were gonna, because I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley recently, and the update just came out on the Switch. I'm very excited about it. But Matt was gonna start a farm with me, and we were gonna play.
Oh, that sounds like good plans.
Good hangout time.
Oh, we're going to make a blanket fort as well.
Oh, blanket fort.
Oh,
Nice.
Have we ever done anything for Valentine's Day? No.
No, I don't think so. I think we went for a meal once.
I don't know
And I
because
just embarrassed myself.
it's pretty close to our anniversary, so.
I don't actually know any couples who like really go for it.
if I was in a relationship with anyone, I would make sure that we did stuff because I'm really into that romantic mushy shit. I love the attention being on me. I love attention. So like if I was in a relationship, if they didn't do anything for Valentine's Day, I'd probably cry.
I see.
I'd be very upset.
You have to do something back. That's how it works.
Yeah, but I love doing that. I love doing presents. I love doing stuff like that. I love doing presents. I love like organising stuff for people when they don't know. Like I love doing shit like that. I'm a proper mushy bastard.
The issue is that we've got Christmas in December, and then Matt's birthday's in January, and then Valentine's Day's in February, and then our anniversary's in March. So I don't really have that many ideas in me.
I mean, all I'm hearing is that there's 4 perfectly good reasons to eat cake.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah,
That's a good point.
You know, like,
in terms of gifts,
gifts are. Oof.
just about managed one of those.
Kimberly says, I've only had one Valentine's Day in my entire adult life. All the rest have been singles awareness days.
Aww.
That's okay. I mean, like, my sort of attitude to most things in my life comes from my parents, which I feel are obviously, right? They're my imprint, my example. And as kind of pretty much with all things, if either one of them remembers, the other one is so surprised that that we're at that date already.
My dad always used to buy my mum roses on Valentine's Day because my mum loved flowers, so he would like buy her really nice. Like my dad was like really mushy. He loved spoiling my mum, so
Cute.
he used to do shit like that all the time.
I'm very pleased to hear that. That makes me very happy.
Yeah.
Usually what happens at my parents' household is it gets to tea time, and by that I mean my dad's come home from work and having a cup of tea, and like Pointless is on the TV, okay, and there's a couple of ginger biscuits, and the fucking the Sting dude. You know the dude who does the in between the TV on the BBC, who's like, "This is BBC One. Coming up next is," and he'll be like, "Happy Valentine's Day," and my parents will look at each other and be like, "Oh," and then they'll go back to what they were doing.
Sweet.
Yeah, we went shopping, like food shopping yesterday, and we walked past the stand that was like, you know, the Valentine's Day cards in it, and we went,
Yeah. Yeah.
carry on shopping.
I know what my dad's doing for Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
Encouraging the conservatory.
Yeah, that's probably what's happening in my parents' house as well. My dad's like, "Well, I'm going to be finishing the extension because, you know, I love you
Aww.
and I want you to be happy." And my mum will be like, "You know, not because there's like holes in the roof or anything." He's like, "Because I love you." Chaos.
Your parents, but the more I hear, the more I think that they are basically Matt's parents.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, me and Matt are like from like we could have lived together like next door neighbor kind of style, and you know, it's kind of weird how
Basically raised by the same people.
yeah, our parents are so similar and yet so far apart. Chaos is looking for some inspiration, some inspo, because they've got to write 5 more pages.
For what?
Please help me be motivated.
Creative writing.
Bum, 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 bum,
Well, I
bum.
can't even form a
bum,
normal
bum,
sentence,
bum.
so they're not getting any advice from me. I'm sorry.
Do we have any parameters for this
Medieval lit.
inspiration?
No. Creative writing and then some medieval literature.
Oh, right, okay.
Me and the car are marathoning Disney, and then
Ordering wags. That sounds nice.
Cute.
The wag sounds nice anytime.
I've never had wags, and I really want it.
I still can't believe you've never been to Wagamamas. I mean, I can now because, you know, this is the period of the world where we don't go outside anymore. But, like, you know, crikey, I could really go for some katsu curry right now.
Oh, Jenny, the katsu that you make.
excited for them to be
10 out of
like,
10.
It's so much better, like, in the building.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
the takeaway's, like, alright, but, like, it's not quite the same to get a takeaway ramen.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It's a bit shallow. They don't want to fill up the bowl too much.
Man, my favorite thing about like really big bowls of ramen is that, you know, everybody goes silent while you're like chugging it down, and then you get to the end of it and you're both like very, very full, and then you're like, I need to drink like a liter of water. Like MSG. Man, I just sort of satisfy I watch a lot of people cooking these days on YouTube. I recommend Kenji Lopus Alt, who puts a GoPro on his head whilst he's cooking, and then he like explains everything that he's doing. It's very, very good. It's also very helpful to know what stuff is supposed to look like whilst you're cooking it.
Extra dinner.
Yeah.
Don't eat that really close to the mic. Okay?
Katsu curry is a reference to a Japanese dish. Katsu is like the Japanese word for cutlet, I guess. So tonkatsu is like breaded pork cutlet. So katsu can be anything. Traditionally in the UK, katsu curry is chicken, but it can also be any of the other kind of cutlets. And then the curry is a sweet curry from Japan.
Is it really like
Yeah, so
British,
it's
Japanese food?
it's so when Japan opens up for the first time in the 1800s and has proper contact with the world, first they have contact with Portugal, I think, or the Dutch, can't remember which one, and then the British arrive, as we tend to do, and we're like, hey, what's up? We're here. And because we had just previously marched all over India, we brought with us to Japan curry, except we brought with us to Japan the version of curry that we understood. So Japanese curry is a bastardization of English curry, which is a bastardization of Indian curry.
Basically, we ruin everything.
Yeah, but it's really good.
It did turn out to make katsu curry, so I mean, you know, in the long run it worked out.
Yeah, in the long run, it's good. It's the good foods. I really do recommend it. With some like really nice sticky rice. We had katsu curry for Christmas dinner, And because like in total the ingredients were like less than £10, including packaging, I thought we'd buy some fancy rice because, you know, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, how fancy can the rice possibly be? Turns out very fancy.
Very good.
Very good. Like, actually, rice can have a variety of flavour. Yeah. Really good sticky rice from Japan. I say it was fancy. It was £6 for a kilogram, which is expensive for rice, but also considering like most people spend like £30 on a turkey for Christmas dinner, still pretty cheap. Yeah.
And we watched God, what's it called?
Oh, we watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and we were a little bit drunk as well.
And I was knackered from work.
And we were exhausted because you've been working for 3, 4, 5,000 days beforehand, and I had been cooking curry for 6 hours or something. Man, that movie was like a fever dream.
By the end of it, I was just screaming.
Yeah.
I do not remember Christmas Day at all. What did we do on Christmas Day?
We watched the Muppets
We watched the
Christmas
Muppets.
Carol.
Yep, good movie.
I made a lot of tea. It's got a teapot.
And some fancy tea. Matt's quite
That was
far
it, I
away
went
from
to
the
bed.
mic now. He's going to be a bit quiet because otherwise you have to hear him eating
sorry.
second dinner.
I made a
Second dinner?
bolognese for dinner.
We made dinner really early because we were hungry and I don't know. We knew we had to be here, so we made it early. But now Matt's.
I got hungry again. There was some left over.
What kind of a hobbit are you? Second dinner.
Yeah, that kind. The kind that doesn't go on adventures.
Athera is what Amy is drawing. Athera is Amy's Tiefling Gunslinger. She briefly made an appearance in the story of High Hopes So Rolls, but very far into the future of the game that as you are aware of it, into the future of the story anyway.
You'll see her eventually, but a very long way away.
One day Athera will come with her bad mood.
Antisocial behaviour.
And then sorry, so I was reading something as I was thinking, so both things have ceased to exist in my mind. Chaos has an announcement. Apparently I exist everywhere and nowhere, beyond the bounds of perception. I was explaining to someone how to prepare a couple of basic Japanese dishes and... ... We await the second part with bated breath.
That was all Chaos said.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, what staple ingredients are needed? And as I walked someone through this in a server, someone said, and I quote, "Where are you from in Japan?" Oh, Texas.
Fuck.
Texas, yo. No, I can't. I was trying to cram Texas into Tokyo, but it doesn't quite. Texio. No?
My brain died.
Texio. There you go. Man, I'm thinking of like, you know how like you get like futuristic, like Neo Tokyos, that, but it's Texas. So it's like Neo Cowboys. Yeehaw.
Man asks, do you have any advice on how I can improve my anatomy?
Well, you should probably speak to your doctor.
The really boring answers, you just have to do it a lot.
First, you want to get a bone saw.
Ooh.
Well, I've been working on this recently, and like the answer actually is to look at references of human beings. Don't pretend you know what they look like because you don't.
No.
Turns out you have no idea what they look like. Just
Also,
look at pictures of them.
the thing that I do a lot, I just pretend I know what I'm doing. I make it look like I did it on purpose. Like, is their hand bent backwards? Is their thumb on the wrong side of their hand? Yes. But it's
Fake
meant
it
to
till you
be
make
there.
it.
Like with hands, I'll look at the way that someone else is drawing them, and if I look at it too closely, I'm like, that doesn't look like anything. It doesn't look like a hand. But it does look like a hand. It's very hard to explain. Anatomy though. Look at actual human beings.
Interest, yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Like, look at
If you're, I was going to say do life drawing, but you can't really do that at the moment. But like life drawing's pretty good.
Oh, and you could just like load up
Jenny.
of various websites that I have heard of by name that have naked people on them, and then pick a still.
Yeah, there's a good website. Well, yeah.
Pinterest is really good.
There's a good not dodgy website. I can't remember what it's called, but it like has like a huge library of reference images, and it randomly picks one and it shows you
30-second poses.
Yeah, or like a minute or 5 minutes. You can pick how long it is. You can just do like a billion really quick things in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Also, like,
don't let yourself get stuck on things. Like,
yeah.
keep moving around the body, because like when you draw another bit of a body, it sort of informs the previous bit, and you'll want to keep revisiting bits. That's what I'd say.
Also, another thing you can just do, draw over photos of people. Like, I don't consider that to be cheating because you're learning.
There's going to be a point where you're going to feel like you don't need to do that.
Exactly.
So,
like
you put the picture down and then you basically draw the bone structure, right? Like,
yeah.
how the shoulders.
Or
like,
just
to
like.
get the proportions right, you can always add the meat back on afterwards.
Yeah, like just like you can just do that. Like I did that a lot. I still do it. I just like if I really cannot figure it out, I'll just nab a picture of a person and I'll just draw straight over it, and then I'll like change it however I want, because sometimes you just can't figure it out, and that's okay. It's not cheating as long as you're not plagiarizing someone else's work, like stealing character designs or anything like that. You're fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, like, even if you, like, let's say that you've seen a picture of something, of some people, that is, like, free, fair use, as in, like, it's in a magazine, or it's in a newspaper or something, then you can draw over that thing and turn it into your characters, but you just put the picture that you drew over next to it, right? So you can be like, I look at these things, and then you say, I trace this. That's okay, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah.
Like, we all learn in different ways. Again, as long as you're not stealing people's art.
Yes.
And necessarily stealing their ideas, you're right.
Yeah, and also there's tons of people on Patreon who make and do really good packs of reference images.
100%.
Somebody I follow
what are they called?
recently did a whole load. Don't you just love it when you open Twitter and the first thing you see is Ted Cruz's face?
Is it you?
What a man, I hate him.
Kibitza, I think they're called. Kibitza, they're on Patreon. They are amazing. They're
Jen Ravenna Tran does recently just put up 400 photos onto her Patreon as reference packs, and they're like, different body sizes too, which is also super important. Oh hey y'all, I wanna read you. I wanna read you an excerpt from a book that was written by a man.
We have a random encounter to mention as well, just so we don't forget it. So yeah, go for it. Tell us about your.
Okay, I don't have a source for this because this is a screenshot from Twitter, but I think it's important that we as a people sort of dissect it. Okay, so you ready?
Go for it.
When she'd stopped crying, Madeline composed herself before the mirror. Her skin looked blotchy. Her breasts, of which she was normally proud, had withdrawn into themselves as if depressed.
What?
Madeline knew that this was self-appraisal might not be accurate.
If you're sad, your tits disappear.
So, ladies, how concave are your tits feeling today?
I've got sad boobs.
How
I
sad?
can reflect radiation.
God.
Oy. You know when you've had a good cry, and you go stand in the mirror and you think, oh, my face is all red, and now my tits are concave.
I'm a transformer.
No one can tell that I've been crying because my tits have changed.
God.
gonna have to bike pump my tits back out before so people don't
I
notice.
really do hate some men. Like, really, fucking hell. God.
Where is that from?
I don't know. I don't have a source for that, I'm afraid. I
I see.
I just have the tweet that says, I know that some men write women badly, but have you heard this one?
God.
Our encounter.
Yep.
Right.
Oh.
So we went for a little walk the other day. We've been like mainly walking on pavements recently because it's been snowy as hell here.
Yeah, we're scared
And
of
like
grass.
everything's icy and it's a disaster. And we just happened to walk down like a road, like a couple away from us. And I looked up in the window and I was like, oh, like some kid's got like a little cardboard cutout of like a porg or whatever. Is that what they're called?
From Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
One of those.
Like
I was
the...
like, oh, that's nice. And then I looked at the window immediately next to it, and there's a full-sized cardboard cutout of Nigel Farage. No, what?
Nigel?
Nigel Farage.
You were there. Nigel Farage.
Just looking out the window.
Oh,
One of
yes,
his,
the
like,
national racist.
Scarier looks. Yeah.
Just looking out the
He's
window.
grinning. I would say he was also above like normal size.
He was
Like
big.
his head was quite big.
On the second story, just
Yeah.
looking out
It was
someone's
like
bedroom
a
window.
super mutant from Fallout was looking at me.
That's
Why?
upsetting.
Who's got that?
Why?
Well, they do,
Why does
apparently.
someone have that?
Weird.
They did it as a joke.
But like, what would you?
No. Okay, just for a little bit of context, for those of you who aren't English, or British rather, Nigel Farage is a famous xenophobe, famous racist, who's only good for throwing things out. Okay, moving on. What is a good joke is me and Ollie went to see a house once, and whilst we wait for the estate agent to turn up, we were acutely aware that we were being watched by Danny DeVito. His cardboard cutout was looming over us from the bedroom of the house next door, just like peeking through the curtains. Like the curtains had been arranged to make it look like Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito was just like, yeah, hello.
What would he be shouting at you?
Would you like this egg? Yeah.
Hey, do you like my hot dog?
Yeah. The difference being that Nigel Farage wants to make sure that there aren't any foreigners moving in next door, but Danny DeVito just wants to know if you want this egg.
Yeah.
Would you like a nice egg?
In these trying times.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stop.
Oh.
just watching Amy select things.
Wait.
Oh.
Are you drawing on Photoshop?
Pardon?
Are you drawing on Photoshop?
I am.
I've never used Photoshop as a drawing software, but I can imagine it would be just really annoying.
Especially at the moment because my driver update, I really need to install the old driver on my Wacom because my shift key keeps getting stuck. And like I'll undo a line and then all of a sudden I'm on shift and then I'll grab the layer and then it's been yeeted into the void because I've accidentally transformed it into a different shape and dimension and it's gone. Keeps happening.
Speaking of drawing programs, I was watching. We're big fans of Worthy Kids, so I was watching his most recent video that went up, which is like
It's like a
sort of how he
Blender
uses,
tutorial, right?
Yeah, it's like how to animate.
Blender and grease paint, which is something within Blender. Grease paint.
Yeah, I think it's called grease paint.
Grease
yeah.
pencil.
But he like recorded like a short snippet of like him being Slimer from the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
His fucking Bill Murray impression's really spot on, isn't it?
So spot on. It spoke to me because I watched the video today, and like it because he had to keep replaying it because he was editing a video together.
Yeah.
It just got stuck in my head.
Also, every time he played it, he laughed, and then Matt laughed. He played it quite a lot.
Actually, I love Worthy so much because like you watch his animations and you think, oh my god, this kid is absolutely batshit crazy, and then you watch his tutorials and he's such a soft boy.
Yeah.
Like what an absolute sweetheart.
He's Bill Murray hiding inside a soft Canadian.
For you.
yeah.
It's so spot on.
So
I've
good.
just been listening to Wire, like just
Oh,
like
yeah.
the
Yeah, so have I. It's in my Spotify playlist.
What's the freaking Oliver? You know that bit
What's the Oliver?
in Wire where it's like wah, 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 wah. What's he saying?
Oh wow! That's it.
That's okay.
Just him going. Oh wow!
You know that wah 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 noise that's in that track that's like really like grungy sounding. It's just him saying oh wow, but really like
Fancy.
distortion.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow, and then it gets like reverbed. Yeah.
What is the colour of anything anymore?
Man.
Oh, look at all that colour.
I think we all want to work with Worthy like a lot, but I was thinking today about how, you know, we find ourselves in this position where we could just like email people and be like, hey, do you want to work with us? But we don't actually have anything to be like, hey, sir, would you like to work on this thing with us?
Yeah, I feel like we've just got to
Had to come up with a reason.
do more stuff. Just do more stuff. And
Yeah.
we'll find things to invite him to.
I mean, I've done a Worthy kind of style. I've started a Worthy style selfie of myself. It's not overly Worthy because trying to mimic anyone else's style is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
Because
Worthy-esque.
it's like 3D. A lot of.
I mean, I can show you guys.
Yeah, that's kind of. Well, it's not
Hang on.
Mm.
Let me load it up.
I'm just baking cookies for my daughter's bake sale.
Of course. Look, it's my face.
Can I have a bowl of soup?
Hello, Mrs. Cloud.
May I have a bowl of soup? Sorry, deterring from what I am doing.
Hey, look, it's so good. I love it.
Yeah, I had to change the hair because I needed to, because this is when I had long, swampy green hair. So I changed the hair to what my hair looks like now. Let me get rid of the ink layer and I'll... Whoop. That's what I have so far. Whenever I can be bothered to finish that. I can probably do it on a stream, I guess. Save it for a stream. But yeah, that's what I've been slowly working on. That's what I look like.
So good.
Thanks. Yes, we want to save that.
I
Anyway,
love
back,
it.
back to where we were.
How are our executive producers doing? Are they
How is
still
everyone?
here?
Oh, I've run out of Coke.
Okay, shall I go grab some more liquids? Do you want?
Shall I prance back into the room in my Playboy bunny suit and
maid outfit.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
pass around some champagne or
Yes. Suggestively entertain our executive
Orange
producers
juice.
whilst I fetch Amy a liquid.
I think I've almost run out of Coke Zero. I brought them on Friday and I had 10.
choice biscuits here.
Yeah, Coke Zero, please.
I've also got some of those chocolates that are like seashell shapes. Sort of
Oh, I
like
love
popular.
those. Those are great.
Yeah, they are great. That's why I'm handing them out in this skimpy outfit. What else have I got? I've got some after eights.
Ugh.
Ooh,
I don't
what
like
else is a
after
really fancy treat?
A fancy treat.
Uh,
I don't know, but I'm thinking about those things that my family have every Christmas that are absolutely horrendous and no one eats them, but we get them every single year at Christmas. They're those like cheese, like football things, and like
What?
Like,
Oh no, I do know what you mean. They're like it's
the
like
outside is like sort of wafery, but the inside has got like a cheesy like fillingy thing.
I've never had one of those.
They're sort of like crisps. You get them in like those like tins, not tins, but like.
Oh, I've not had one of those.
No, we get them every single year in my family, but no one eats them. Everyone eats one and goes, "Oh, disgusting." Puts them back. Every single year you get another one though, because you have to.
I'm gonna open a can of Coke. Would you like me to? Should I do it near the microphone?
Oh, we should both.
Should make it like
We should both
yeah.
crack a cold one.
ASMR.
Rip a big
We've
fat
been
one.
over this. You see exactly what the outfit. It like morphs to whatever you you prefer to see.
I've almost finished
It's like,
this
like,
pack.
unless it's broken, I can go change if you'd like.
It's what the complimentary sunglasses do when you put them
Yeah.
on. It makes Matt,
It projects
Tolerable.
the clothing over my naked
If
body.
you take them off, he's wearing a green suit.
You better keep looking if you want me to not be naked.
Ugh.
I was gonna say you're wearing like a green, like one of those like green screen, but an all-in-one.
That kind of makes more sense, doesn't it? Just a green, like, what is it? Morph suit?
Yeah, wolf suit.
Yeah. I feel like at some point we're going to need to purchase a green morph suit, and it's going to be the best.
I don't think we
paid
do.
wizard industry.
To do that.
I think Jazz actually has
Green
one.
screen.
Oh my god, Jazz has a purple morph suit, right? And I was sitting in my... This is when we were in uni. It was in our first year of uni. And I was sitting in my room. I was at my desk. And when I was at my desk, my back would be to the door. And I hear the door open. I'm like, oh, Jazz is in my room. And I turn around and it's just this monstrosity in a morph suit. Oh my god!
All I can think of with more suits is like Matt and Phil, like
I can't wait.
like wedgied, in green.
And they're going to be like unnecessarily fast, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
And it's just going to be the creepiest
Weird.
shit
It's
ever.
screaming.
Yeah,
We're going to
Yeah.
do that thing that we do in Red Dead.
I have a capture of that. And I have them on my laptop. Lad, you're going to see something. Hang on a moment.
I came to the shocking realization moments ago that I think the only part of Matt I haven't seen like naked is his actual junk.
No, we don't want to see.
Well, I'm not saying let's complete the set. I'm just saying, I have seen a lot of Matt's bare body.
I think you can fill in the blank.
I really don't need to fill in the
Don't
blank.
want to fill in the blank.
Is this gonna make a noise, Amy?
I don't think so.
The audio recording on Xbox captions is very
I
hit
think
and
this
miss.
is us screaming.
If you at home
If you
and
hit mute
watching,
on your
just
laptop,
make the
it
noises
should
for
do it.
yourself. Make the noises.
I'll just turn the volume off of the video. This might be the scree video.
Scree.
Is it? Are we screeing? Oh, yeah, this is one of them. Give it a minute.
Oh, right, yeah, this one.
There is another one.
For context, we play Red Dead Redemption 2 online together
There they go.
sometimes as friends, in a posse, and
Yeah.
we are not normal people.
Not normal. There we go.
Most people, they ride around the world and they're like, yeehaw,
Oh, here we go. This
howdy,
is the-
how y'all doing? Bang, bang, gun, gun, horse, horse, crime. And we're just,
They worked out that if you crouch down and hold out your lantern, it makes you go
really
really fast,
fast
really
for
low.
some reason.
Look, this is the best one.
Scree.
Yeah, that's
Scree!
the thing. That's the other bit that no one can hear, but behind our microphones we're going scree, scree.
Like,
So imagine a party of 5 people doing this online, just running at you.
We went into the towns that are in Red Dead, and we would just find a random player and just do this around them.
Until they joined in or ran away.
yeah, or do we chase them down the town? Scree.
Oh my guys, I have so many good catches.
Katie's here.
Katie.
Just say the word scree.
Man, I will say, having played a little bit of Red Dead online on my own, is that whenever you see more than one other person, if you see groups of 2 or more, you turn around and you run in the other direction, right? Because your death is imminent. So to imagine all 5 or however many of us there are, 6, you, me, Matt, Phil, Katie, 5, fucking running towards you at insane speeds, but crouched. Lantern or not.
We're not really grievers. We won't grieve people because it's annoying as hell, but we will scree.
Yeah.
Oh, this video is so funny. So this is the last one I'll show y'all. But
Have we mentioned our posse name?
oh, the Bristol Pushers.
Yeah, we're the Bristol
We're
Pushers.
not from Bristol. None of us are.
No, but we honour
Niche.
we honour the one and the only Bristol pusher,
Lewis Brindley.
Lewis Brindley.
Anyway,
My first horse was called Bristol in his honour.
so here I am with my cart, my wagon, riding along, having a good time. There's Katie coming up in the corner. She's trying to get on the wagon. She's not.
We can't see the corners.
Oh shit! Hang on.
Oh.
Here she comes.
And there she is. She's trying to jump on. So I stop, and then BAM! Goes Jenny.
They're not there yet. You stop.
Give it a minute.
And then whoop. Yeah, there I am.
Wow.
Okay.
I swear to God, you two have absolutely no sense of self-awareness in that game. Like, the number of times I have died at yours and Katie's hand has been impressive, considering friendly fire is off. Chaos. When Yeehaw Gun Gun Horse. That's not how Texan. The game is not even set in Texas, or not all of it is even Texan, right? It's like there's like swamp bits and stuff, but it's this is the mechanics of the game, right? Your gun, your horse.
You have to shout all those words.
Yeah.
As you're playing.
The Bristolian cowboys will deck you. Hey up.
Curious to know if anyone actually understands the reference of the Bristol potion.
We crouched, speeding towards you. You just hear, "Hey up, love." A skirt lash, innit? Hank Strife.
There's a lot of there's a lot of crashing and falling off shit
mostly,
and lassoing one another and all that.
Yeah. I've decided now that my tactic when I'm being murdered by the players is just to not do anything. It's just a ragdoll, because then they're just dragging your body around, and then they stop because they're like, this is weird now, and I'm like, yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's Tuesday, innit?
It's Tuesday, innit?
Love that.
Innit, mate? Fam.
Tuna pasta.
Tuna. But spelled.
Oh, you got chew on the beginning of so many words.
They spend a lot of their evenings at the moment doing that, while me and Jazz are sitting next to Matt and Phil, just playing some Animal Crossing, some Sims, just being nice and calm. And then there's you look up for a moment and oh, look at that.
Just go arse over end.
Face first through the mud. That's nice.
It's a good time. It's not even so much the game as it is the having the ability to play with so many people all at once, and do something vaguely collective. Man, also the frickin' online gameplay is
brutal.
So brutal, but when you're winning,
it's the best feeling.
It's just
when you coordinate with your friends.
Yeah. When we're all on mic, and this happened the other night, Matt, when I think you were playing Fallout, and we got to 27-0 against another team.
Yeah.
And I was just running. You have the mechanic in Red Dead where if you run, your stamina depletes, and if you deplete it too far, you start to
the screen starts to shake, and your character's
the screen starts to go purple. And I have been running for I've been running so solidly for so long. It's not until my character falls over that I'm like, huh.
And I literally did the same. I was running back. I was
I'm like, something's wrong with me.
And I had a millimeter of health in my health core because I drained everything else, and I was just somehow still alive.
Yeah. Ruther Smoke says the game's horrible except when you're winning 2021. You're not even fucking joking.
Yeah, I've watched you before when you're losing really bad, and you're like, well, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna go swimming. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Walk away from
Let's go for a swim.
Yeah.
Let's go for a swim.
Oh, it's just so bad though. When you spawn in and then you
die
instantly die again. It's
my God.
Just so demoralizing.
There was a game where me and Katie couldn't even get out of spawn because there's not really spawn protection in Red Dead.
No, there isn't any.
And you'd literally spawn in and the snipers would just wipe you out. So me and Katie would just stand there, get the dynamite out and blow ourselves up. We just kept doing it until the game finished. Didn't even move. We just set ourselves on fire.
Yeah. Like, and when you have to mash A to run, and like, you know what, it just feels like that's all you're doing is just you spawn in, you mash A, you die, you spawn in, you mash A, you die, you spawn in, you mash A, you die. It's just so brutal.
Endless.
Yeah.
Oh, I should hop back in at some point.
Yes. Totally. Get the gang back together. Matt, you're playing Fallout at the moment, right?
Fallout.
Yeah.
Fua.
Don't know where that came from.
Well, you just picked up your Pit Boy, because you are a Pit Boy. And
Yeah.
you're like, I want to play.
Yeah, I looked at it, picked
Yeah.
up, and I was like, Fallout time!
It does rather badly make me want, like, listening to you play it makes me want there to be, well, it's brought back all of them, well, in Amy in particular, the screaming for why isn't Skyrim multiplayer.
Oh my god, why isn't Skyrim multiplayer? We don't want Elder Scrolls Online. We don't want Fallout 76. We want Skyrim multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to get the same experience with, like, Elder Scrolls Online as you are Skyrim Online, because, like, Skyrim is so, like,
Broken.
loose.
Yeah.
I would say,
Yeah.
is the word.
Yeah, loose.
Like, it's jiggly. It's intentionally jiggly, whereas, like, online is so, like, static. Everything happens the way it has to happen.
And also, like, there's a difference between, like, a multiplayer game and an MMO.
Skyrim sucks. Liam, you're wrong.
You're banned.
You're no longer in the executive producer lounge.
I feel like you're lying.
Yeah. Like, I do remember when, for a really long time, the internet was like, hey, can we have multiplayer Skyrim? And then Bethesda was
Yeah.
like, oh, well, we're working on something. And we were all like,
Oh my god.
and then they were like, it's an MMO. And we were like, oh, thanks.
Thanks.
What we asked for.
It's
Put that back.
like when your nan gets you a video game, but it's the wrong one.
Yeah.
Like
Like you wanted Nintendogs and you get
thanks.
brain training.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I actually got the like special edition of Elder Scrolls Online for the PC.
Mhm.
So it came with the statue and like the massive book. Played quite a bit of it.
How do you feel
But,
about
like,
it? Would you recommend it?
I would recommend it if you have
Friends.
the console edition or a better computer. And decent internet connection.
Okay.
Because I didn't have any of those things, so I
And
played like
Friends to actually play it with.
I would say like
Man.
2/10 of the whole game. So I can't really like give like a very good review, but I did enjoy what little I played. But it won't compare to Skyrim.
But like, why couldn't they have done what they did with Red Dead, where they were like, well, here's the whole game, right? And now here what we've done is we've copied the map, and we've added a bit more to the map. We've added a bunch of stuff you can do in the map, and now you can play with your friends. Have fun.
Yeah.
They are still doing things to it, and I think it would be wrong of me to say that like it doesn't compare because
Well, it's a different kind of game.
Skyrim is like a first person and first player, single player even.
Yeah, they're different things. You know, they're just set in the same world.
Skyrim is like D&D but broken and
It's
terrible graphics.
It's a very traditional RPG.
Yeah.
Very traditional RPG. It's groundbreaking. It was groundbreaking for the time, I feel, because it was so open world and it was so functional.
Massive.
Yeah.
We thought that game was massive.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of
It
is.
is still
Yeah.
massive.
Especially if you include the DLC.
Yeah, that's true.
It is 10 years old this year.
Oh my god.
If you haven't played it, I don't know if I would say. I feel like you should.
At this
It's
point.
seminal.
I don't know. I got it recently. I got it on the Switch when it came out. And weirdly, it's actually not bad on the Switch. It actually runs pretty okay. And it's a special one, so it comes with the DLC. I played a fair bit of it. Like, it just feels absolutely massive.
It
though.
is. It is
So
massive.
It's just,
So Steam sales are a thing that are quite regular. I think one day we have a potentiality. If we have all the equipment for it, that we could all have a copy of Skyrim and then mod it. And
do that really
maybe
crap
try the online.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, maybe one day.
And considering like what you need now to play Skyrim, it's not actually that. Like,
Well, yeah, no,
far
10
off.
years ago was very, very intensive, right? Like it really made, it really made computers and consoles really chug, didn't it? I mean, I remember one of the reasons I dislike Markarth so much is because like my Xbox 360 just refused to render Markov properly.
Yeah.
Like, so often I would be
Why is it always Markov?
in that region of the map, and it would just, like, the noise would glitch, the people would glitch, the fucking, like, the raiders or whatever they are in Markov, you know, the people with, like, all the bones and stuff on them. Fucking hate them. The Forsworn. The Forsworn who can get fucked, right? Like, they just would never work properly. And I don't know, like, ever since then, because of that experience, Markov can just get in the bin.
I think there was a point to which, like, I played it on the Xbox 360, like, the original game, and like, they came out with all the DLC, and, like, my Xbox was already quite old at that point, and it was just so chuggy that I had to move it over to my PC, and I remember it, like, working so well on my PC, and my PC was actually older than the Xbox.
Wait, you know what's really weird is that now I can play Skyrim on my Switch, but if I put down too many items in my Animal Crossing town, I start to lose frames.
What's going on there?
What the heck? Why?
I have
It's like,
noticed
you've got
that
too many flowers. I'm sorry, but it's not
since
happening anymore.
since the last period where I was playing the game, and they've added all of the new stuff like the swimming and all of the summer updates and all that kind of stuff, that the game takes noticeably longer to load than it did back last year.
Yeah.
I don't know if it doesn't help that my Switch is like the oldest Switch, and it's like almost 4 years old now, and
Jeez, time is an illusion.
I know.
Yeah, my Xbox One is a first-gen Xbox One, and it is so loud. Like, I play Red Dead on it, and I just turn the volume up on the TV, and we just ignore the noise coming from the
that
console.
video I sent you earlier on Instagram where that is she's singing a song about how like, this song is so good, even my car is singing along, just turn it up and ignore it.
Yeah.
It means your car working again.
It runs.
Oh, that's good. It's better now.
Turns on.
It turns on.
We took the battery out of my car today,
Yeah, after 2 days in a row of Matt's dad coming to try and get the car to do literally anything, they had to take the battery out, and he took it back with him.
I was going to say, are you getting a professional to do something with
Why don't
it?
you just get a new battery?
Just get a new car.
But cars are expensive.
I know, but like, you know, how much is repairs worth versus the cost
Well, a new
of
battery is like 90 quid.
Yeah. But like, I'm talking total in the, you know.
Oh my god, though, today I was seeing fucking stars. Oh god, I was on another fucking planet when I pushed the car.
He tried to jumpstart the car by pushing it, and he ran it down the road. I was in here.
My dad was like, I was like, yeah, no, actually, my dad and I were trying to push it, and my dad was doing the thing where, like, he was in the car door, like, gonna get ready to jump into it.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad, you're fucking, how old? I don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
So I pushed it by myself down the road.
You should have given me a ring. I would have come down and helped. Or laughed at you from closer.
This is why you get a Toyota Yaris, because they're like 80% plastic, so they really don't, like, you can push a Toyota Yaris on your own.
Yeah.
Like, I've had to do that a couple times. I don't know what Vauxhall Corsas are like.
No, they're not that heavy. But I think you weren't expecting to have to push the car at like 9:30 this morning.
Yeah.
Every now and again, when, like, back in the day when I used to come to your guys' house for a lift to uni, every now and again Ollie would be like, hey, what kind of car does Matt have? For, like, whatever reason. Like, maybe it was locating your house, and I'd be like, a Transformer one? Like, because without the logo on it, I don't know.
Yeah, no, me neither. There's like someone else in this building that, first of all, there's someone else in this building that has exactly the same car as Matt. But also, there's someone else in this building with a completely different car that also has a Transformers thing on it.
I don't like that with Vauxhall Corsas. The reverse gear is next to the first gear. That upsets me.
I tell you what upsets me about your Yaris is that so me, for a long time, me and Amy had the same car, but like maybe 4 years apart in terms of model number.
Yeah, I think yours was a little bit older.
Ours was, ours was older than yours. And they were almost identical, except the design of the buttons in Amy's car were like slightly sharper. Like they had corners as opposed to being rounded off, and I don't know
yours had
why.
like what was
But every
it?
time I gained it, I'd be like, ugh. What is
Didn't yours
this?
have like a spoiler on the back as well? Is it called a spoiler?
Yeah. We had the
You had the sport
SR.
version.
We had the sport version. Tabby, hey, thanks for the $5. Whoa.
Oh my god.
You heard it from Tabby that
We
50
really-
belongs to me, so we can just...
We really are trying. It should, it should be okay. Your dad is a thingy man. And the only reason, the real reason that we want to get the car properly fixed is, well, it's A, because we ran out of food in this house, and our local co-op has got nothing. It's terrible.
Oh my, that puts
But
back
also
some
because we've got, some actual wizard stuff that we need to, go...
Oh yeah, you can pick up the
move
shop and
things
stuff,
about,
right?
A business trip.
Yeah, we actually needed
Business
to
trip.
go visit Jenny and Amy to pick up and move about the shop.
Mm.
Kimberly says, "Can my $25 be dedicated to Matt putting on some real clothes?"
Right.
Man
You gotta
doesn't
catch
own
him
real
first.
clothes.
Yeah, you gotta catch me. I'm very oily.
Oh god.
I would just like to say,
Policy.
and if it wasn't already really obvious how grateful that we are for y'all donating money during these streams. Today, I mean, just in this stream, you have donated more money than we made in ad revenue in September last year.
Christ.
Mm.
Lads.
Crazy.
It's
Yeah.
such a it makes such a huge difference. Such a huge
Especially
difference.
At the beginning of the year as well, right? January is the worst
Mhm.
month for ad revenue, by a huge amount.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
donations
major.
Makes actual massive
Y'all are
difference.
too good to us.
Yeah, it's very kind of you. Thank you very much. If that miracle.
Stop it.
Y'all just out doing each other.
Kids.
Don't be driving a dangerous car. They're okay. They're
They're not
just
dangerous, they just
they're
don't work.
very rattly, aren't
It
they?
literally does not start. It's so flat. The battery's so flat it won't take a charge. They couldn't jump start it, they couldn't push it, they couldn't do anything. So dead.
This might be a little bit personal, Matthew. How old is your dad now? You were just saying he's you don't want him to be pushing the car.
That's
He's
a good
older than you would
question.
imagine. We don't really know. Because we saw
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb. Actually, no, not a limb. I know this roughly. It's he's
he's in his 60s.
in his late 60s.
Okay, he's not much older than my dad.
But to the point where we saw his age on his driving license, something like that, and me and Matt looked at each other and went, "Fuck off." No, he's not.
I mean, I will say he doesn't appear.
Doesn't look
He
it.
doesn't look old.
No, he still windsurfs. He still walks the dog for hours every day. I remember one time when I was we lived with them for about a year just after we moved out of uni, and Matt was at work, and I was because they have the room there is an attic bedroom, so that the windows are slanted. Where I was sitting, I could see a big kite in the park behind the house. I was like, oh cool, it's a big kite. And I got up to look, and I was like, oh, that's Matt's dad with a big kite. When I say big kite, I mean the kind of ones where you have to strap to your waist so it doesn't pull your arms up or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Matt's dad with a big kite. That's interesting. Oh, he's on a skateboard.
Yeah. So that's not the only wind powered thing he does with that board. So
Sometimes
he
he
likes
gets
to
the dog to
windsurf,
pull him
right?
along.
He likes
Alex is
to windsurf.
here. Sorry.
He's got the base plate for attaching the actual flagpole into the surfboard. He mounted that onto the mountain board,
Oh,
and so he
the
can
long
put the sail
on his
from the
long
wind
board.
sail onto the board.
Right.
Oh my god.
And he's taken it through the park.
He's mid 60s, mid to late 60s. Man's ridiculous. Every autumn, he climbs up the apple tree in your
Yeah.
garden.
Yeah.
He's jimmying all the apples
Shakes all the
down.
apples off.
Crikey.
The very top of this ridiculous tree. Just
Living
climbs
his
over
best life.
with a bucket.
So,
Sorry to interrupt. I would just like to say to Alex, bonjour, mon fil de pain. Meine bread boy.
It's the breadiest
Is that a small
boy.
baguette?
Mine, petit baguette. Yeah. Your dad's like, bonjour, you linguistic crime lord. Don't talk to me like that.
Did your editing, is it going okay, Alex? Is it the worst?
Oh
Is it
yeah,
average?
Alex wasn't with us earlier because he was working really hard and being a good boy. Why is Alex bread boy? Because he's breadman.
I couldn't say Alex's full name properly, so I used to just say Breadman.
Bread.
Yeah, so he's a little
Stuck.
he's a little loaf. He's a little bread roll.
He's our best bread boy.
He's mine petit baguette. You know, he's soft like bread. Good boy.
Okay, sorry.
I just
Oh dang, it's 9:15 already.
Dang.
the eternal tongue twister that is my surname.
Katie, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm gonna join you for Cowboys after we're done in
Yeah,
the
I
stream.
want to play Cowboys.
Cowboys.
And I also really want to eat toast. I haven't had dinner yet.
Oh, you
What
haven't.
an honour. I like Redmond more. Yeah.
I had avocado and toast earlier.
That sounds
so
good.
good. Haven't had that in
Okay,
ages.
so we better log back in. Well, you've got like at least 15 minutes. I'm sure there'll be some sort of pause.
Yeah,
Alex. Bread is so good.
It really is.
bread is great.
I like the multi-seeded batch from Tesco.
I was actually gonna say yesterday that for Dungeons and Dragons we should have gotten one of those cranberry loaves and some cream cheese.
Oh my god.
But
We'll do that next week.
I had to do lots of talking, so big food like that's not very convenient. Tiger bread is also the good stuff. I learnt that in America they call tiger bread Dutch crunch.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
It kind of almost makes more sense.
Banana toast.
Are you guys gonna do Pancake Day?
When is Pancake Day?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Or as in like Tuesday in 3 days' time.
Oh, geez, probably not then. I mean, maybe we've got the ingredients.
I was gonna say you only need like flour and milk or something.
Yeah, we don't usually have eggs though. Except this time we do have eggs. So
We have 2 boxes of like 12.
Egg.
yeah, well, one of the we said
literally
usually we don't
always
have eggs.
eggs.
Usually.
Egg is the only like animal product we eat now.
I love boiled eggs. Boiled eggs are good.
We eat a lot of eggs in this house.
Yeah, we
Does
don't.
anyone else get the urge to cook a huge meal at an ungodly hours of night? Oh no, yeah, no, I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Especially nowadays where time is an illusion. I only ever want to eat at unsociable hours.
the other week, I was like, should I go make cookies even though it's like 9:20? And
And we all went, yes.
yeah, and I was like, yeah, that does feel like something a depressed person would do. And Ollie, I shit you not, he took his headphones off, he turned to me, he's like, you are a depressed person. I was like, okay, I'm going to the kitchen.
I'm gonna go make cookies.
Yeah, and then I was up until 20 to 12 making cookies.
That's crazy.
They were good.
I love that.
I mean, what better things do you have to do?
Kimberly,
Stop it.
stop it.
Stop.
Thank you very much for the tip jar. What do we give away in exchange for tips?
Our love and affection.
Like, does Matt do a sexy wink, or
No,
do
Kimberly
we?
doesn't want that.
Okay.
Yeah, he put some cloak back on.
Oh, we should do a gif of Matt.
We do
doing a
have
sexy
that
wink.
video of Matt like doing a booty shake while then he collapses into the golem for some reason.
I wish we could have like.
No, we've got. Oh, your butt might be out a little bit. The one where you're doing the booty shake in
Yeah,
your
yeah.
bedroom.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you are. I think that you can see your back, but that's it. Like, you pulled the back of your shirt up. I don't think your butt's out. Might be wrong.
We might be able to make custom emotes for the YouTube channel.
I'm sure there's like an OBS thing where you can like
hook super chats up to yeah. There is like stuff. We're just dumb.
Yeah, we should. I had someone talking about Streamlabs today, and integrating it with like YouTube streams, because like YouTube itself doesn't have particularly great, streaming features.
Yeah.
So like there are things you can.
I did cook 22
Everyone's yelling
pancakes.
crazy straws.
Oh dear.
I probably cooked a bit over 23.
Crazy straws.
Crazy straws aren't what you think they are, and you should not be asking for them. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs.
Or do them in a safe environment, I guess. I don't know.
Do them with your friends at a bar.
don't.
It's okay.
Maybe like in your own home.
Crazy straws.
Make sure to give them lots of water.
I mean, we could actually just like as merchandise make those funky straws. Do you know what I mean? Like the bendy
we could just
straws.
make drugs and sell them. I was like, no, that's
Drugs.
illegal.
That's not merchandise, Jenny.
Drugs. Well, at least to someone. Drugs. Man, that meme with the owl. Drugs. Oh no, thank you. I don't want drugs. That's me the other night with pizza. Pizza. You want some pizza?
The amount of times that like Ollie's gone to answer the door to the pizza guy, and then there's just me and Jenny in the background going pizza, like every time.
Yeah.
Ollie just stands there with the like deadpan look on his face, like I don't know these people.
We like
Amy's wearing her slippers that have got like dinosaurs on them.
yeah.
Like bouncing.
And we're like doing the conga in the background. Pizza, pizza, pizza.
Boo's there, she's screaming as well.
Yeah.
We probably are on drugs.
But like to a stranger looking in, they will believe you're all on drugs. Who knows? Who is to say that we're not? We're not.
We're not.
Why would
We're not as hardcore as the McElroys.
Crazy Straws.
Okay with not being the Cowboys movie.
Mirror is a drug in the world of High Hopes, Le Rolls.
That Katie made up very
Katie
on the
made
spot.
up kind of on the spot. Yes.
So funny.
The
They're just coincidental that they share the same name as a cute,
yeah,
straw.
as a drinking accessory. Yeah. When's the last time you guys have taken a shower, you gremlins? This morning.
Yeah, I took one today.
Yesterday.
Where did that come from? Did we talk about not sharing at all?
No, we're just, goblins.
Okay.
Pizza.
Although
pizza,
when I was
pizza.
isolating, I've got no one to impress.
Yeah.
I don't care about Jenny and Ollie's opinions of me.
I had breakfast pizza today because we got pizza.
I had breakfast ice cream.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm an
That's
adult.
different
I had breakfast heart in my mouth.
Yeah. What?
from the car pushing.
Yes.
Domino's now do, I was very excited because they do, vegan pizza now, which is just good anyway, because I can't eat dairy. so that's
Vegan
great.
Pizza.
But now they,
Pizza.
but now they do, not just vegetable or plain. Now they have one that's got, fake chicken on it.
Oh.
And they also have fake chicken nuggets.
Whoa.
I love their
Hey,
chicky
Amy,
strippies.
That's not fair. What did lactose do to you?
And it
Amy,
was actually really good. I had the fake chicken pizza last night. It was pretty good.
Alex asks, Amy, aren't you lactose intolerant?
Extremely.
What a way to start the day.
Never stopped her.
Never
Oh
stops
yeah,
me.
you have ice cream for Amy.
I am really badly lactose intolerant, guys. I will be in so much pain. I can't stop. It's so
The amount
good.
of times where we're sitting on Discord in the evening and Amy will be screaming and we're like, Amy, what? She's like, we're like,
Kill myself.
what did you eat for dinner? She's like, oh,
And then the next day, I'll be like writhing around in pain. You'll be like, "What did you have for dinner?" I'll be like, "Leftover carbonara."
You can just get like what? Yeah, that's a good point actually, Kimberly. First of all, you can get pills for that.
That means I have to go to the doctors. I don't want to do that.
No, they're over counter.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically,
Pop 'em like candy.
it is the thing that you need to break down the thing. You take them just before you eat.
I was just reminded of this fucking Vine, TikTok, Reel, Insta story. I mean, who knows what the fuck it is these days, that sent me and Amy into space, which is this dude being like, "Hey, I was just eating these gummies and I thought, oh, hey, I should check what brand these are because they're really good." He tilts the fucking pot, which has only got 2 of them left in it, and it's like, "Melanin helps you sleep," and he's like, "Ah, shit."
They're like extra strength, and we're like, "That boy's not waking up for a week."
He's just been eating sleep gummies for like an hour and a half. He's not waking up.
That's a surefire way to get into a coma, right?
Yeah, he was like, "I'm going to be late for work tomorrow."
The rest of my life.
I've actually not like taken sleepy gummies, but I have actually overslept and woken up like halfway through my shift that I was meant to be at. I did that when you and Ollie were like away for Christmas, and not like not
2020, but
2019, and like. And I was just like, why is my phone buzzing so much? It's like not even time to get up yet, and it was like 2:00.
Wow.
And like the people ringing me up, and they were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm on my way."
Oh, river of smoke. One time I accidentally ate a whole load of fiber gummies by accident,
No.
which I guess turned you into. Yeah, like
Make everything into a gummy these days. They should stop doing that.
yeah.
You think they do gummy gummies?
They should stop making drugs into sweets.
I don't really know if this is the platform in which to mention this, but Matthew is also known as 3 Poop Matthew.
I wasn't expecting that.
What's wrong with you, Jenny?
Well, fiber. That's what fiber does for you, right? And I was like, well,
There's nothing sacred for Matthew.
no. I just want people to know him as well as I do because I think he's great and I just want to share that with the world.
You just want to tell him that he shits multiple times a day.
Anyway, gummies. That's not...
Let's go elsewhere again, quick. I never...
Yeah, also had those those massive bags of like gummy bears and stuff that you can get on Amazon, and if you read the reviews, it's like, don't eat all of these at once because you will die. Because they've got.
There's no story. I just used to regularly poop 3 times in the morning, and that would be it.
Is there a... I mean,
It's just a descriptor of my movement.
It's very regular.
It's good. At least you're not one of those I poop once a week people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting the idea that Ollie is the slightly responsible one.
Yes.
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 Well, certainly in this house, yeah. He's the one who pays the bills. I mean, literally, he rings the company and pays the bill.
Yeah, because me and Jenny are like, oh no.
Oh, no, I can't talk to people on the phone.
Don't like it.
He answers the pizza guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's... There's always one of them in every house.
Kimberly says the most memorable sleeping in wake-up call I've ever had was last year when I woke up to an earthquake and was supposed to already be at work.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Nature saying,
Yeah.
get the fuck up.
Like, hey, did you know you're late for work? At Shake's house.
I feel like that's a good reason to not go to work, right?
It's
Yeah.
too late though. She's already late then. I've experienced one earthquake in my life.
Hey, me
It just
too.
happened to- we were like in California in some restaurant and there just happened to be an earthquake when we were there. It was
Was
like
it a bad
enough
one?
that things jiggled and we were like, the floor is moving. It's like, dad was like, he stopped jiggling a leg under the table, and then we all realised that it was not a leg, it was everyone.
It's everybody's legs.
The most extreme weather we get is when the wind goes above 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, like, and then afterwards, like, my sister was like kind of stressed, and like the waitress came over, and my dad was like trying to get the waitress to be like, yeah, no, this happen all the time or whatever. She was like, wow, yeah, no, that was a pretty big one. And he was like, stop it.
I was just sorry. I just had this image in my mind of everybody in California just suddenly being like, "Hey, jiggly leg," and it like, you know, like that. Yeah.
Do the stanky leg, yeah.
Man, y'all, it's 9 o'clock already.
Whoa.
That absolutely flew by. And can you zoom out on your drawing so I can see it?
She's almost done. Not completely, but nearly.
Okay, let me refresh the stream because it's clearly not caught up with what you're doing.
Looks so good.
Thanks.
So cool. Bye, Solinity.
Nice.
Oh my god, I forgot how to speak. Jesus.
You're okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's late.
Hey everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. Special thanks to Matthew and Beth for
Coming to hang out.
coming to be on Discord with us.
It's been a pleasure.
Massive thanks goes to all of our super
chats.
chatters today. Thank you very much. Where can I thought it says no super chats in the back end, so that's obviously broken. But Miracle, Tabby, Kimberly, Ian at the start, Liam and Ignis. Wow, thank you very much, my dudes. You're super generous, and like I said earlier, it makes a really big difference to the stuff that we do. Whoa!
Oh my god!
Terra, y'all need to calm down. But thank you very much. It makes a big difference, and we're super excited to show you what we're doing with your cash. Let's just have a quick look at what's coming up next week. Next Tuesday is next episode of Kadar FM, which has special guest Boo the Cat on it. And then next Friday is another episode of Player and DM, but I don't know which player it is. Tabby!
It should be Paddy.
Oh, it should be Paddy?
It should be Paddy, yeah.
How exciting. Next week, Player and DM, I talked to Alex about Paddy and putting your magic hand up somebody's butt. It's a good time.
I was listening to it as I was editing it, and man, it's about a lot of things, but most of them aren't Paddy.
Yeah, neither me nor Alex were really with it when we started, and by the time we ended, we were on different planets. So, yeah. Let us know in the comments to the stream if there's anything you want to see, like on our channel coming up soon. We have some stuff planned, but we always want to hear your ideas. We coming up Patreon next week is an update, I think. Yep. This week was the Viridian map chunk, which I told y'all about earlier, so you can go and have a look at that.
I should have watched that because I probably don't know.
Yeah.
It was really nice because there was a part in there like named after somewhere where I used to live, and like I didn't know that until I watched that, and like I don't know, it just made me very happy.
Yeah, it's not super detailed because it was kind of like just everything that I could think of to tell you off the top of my head. So if you've got any comments, then you can always leave them on that video, and I will answer them and tell you everything that you want to know about the world. Next week will be an update. Are we streaming next week? I don't know.
Possibly.
We're not sure what's gonna be yet, though.
Maybe some Stardew Valley. Maybe we'll do some Stardew Valley. Maybe.
Possibly.
I was gonna say, I really want to rope everyone into doing something really bad. I want to make a group farm, and I want everyone to play with me.
Hell yeah.
Do you want to do that on stream?
Yeah, I think that'd be fun, a stream game, because it's like it takes a long time to do anything, so I think it'd be quite boring to record it.
I think it might be a lot less like stress on the old...
it's like, I mean, it's like a pixel game, so it shouldn't be any stress on the thing.
We will look at the possibility.
1st of March is St. David's Day. St. David's Day.
David.
Who's David, who's from Wales. Is patron saint of Wales. Wales. Oh, and tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day, everybody, if you're into that. If you're not, then cool. Have a nice Sunday.
Happy you day.
So now I'm just going to run us through all of the housekeeping, all the usual stuff. It would really, really, really help us if you could leave a comment on this video or any video. Hell, go watch yesterday's Player in DM, which was about Mina. Me and Jazz talk about Mina and where she's from and why Jazz likes to play her. Go like that video, go watch it, leave a comment. If you could like the stream as well, that would be super helpful. And hey, you should subscribe to our channel if you're not already. You can follow us on Instagram at the Shrieking Wizard Co, on Twitter at SWizardco, on Tumblr at High Hopes and Rolls.
What we're going to be doing next week stream-wise and get sort of updates about that.
Yes.
Following us on Instagram is the best place to find that.
Yeah.
It does normally end up on other places, but Instagram tends to be the first to go.
Yes. We tend to put it to Instagram and then spread out from there. So if you're wanting more updates on stuff that we're doing, then that's the place to start. Yes.
Had a really good time tonight, guys.
Yeah, it's been lots of fun. Thanks very much for watching.
Thank you so much for all the super chats.
Yeah, it makes such a big impact. You're so generous.
Anyway, we'll wrap this up now.
We love you all very much.
Love you all.
And we hope you have a good weekend.
Maybe we'll see you next week on another stream.
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody.
Someone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Love you.